them back to life.
You know, people sit out on the front porch hoping people will come by.
Go forth and do good. It's insane. I have the most understanding wife in the world.
I treat everybody the same thing.
Oh, that's the other thing I love about Marietta. It's like a melting pot.
You are listening to Marietta Stories. Each week, veteran podcaster Bill Nowicki brings you the heartwarming, interesting, and fun stories from the people that make the community of Marietta, Georgia, a place to call home. Here's your host, Bill Nowicki.
Where are we, Paul Southern?
Today we are at the Red-Eyed Mule to meet up with Sabra Wood, the owner of Red-Eyed Mule, to try some of these world-famous burgers that we've heard so much about. We're going to talk to her a little bit and get her backstory. What do you think?
Sounds good. Okay, Sabra, you were a flight attendant.
Yes.
So how on earth does a flight attendant become a restaurant owner?
Let's see, I was there for 16 years with United Airlines. I flew international out of New York, JFK, after 9/11. It was pretty tragic. I lost some close friends, my supervisor.
Really?
And I was at home.
So United 93?
So I was at home on maternity leave at the time that I saw the first one go into the tower. It was a reality check for me and my family, and we just realized it was time for me to turn the page and I needed to do something different. So I got into the business development industry. It was a large corporation. That was going well, and then 2008 hit. Oh, yeah. And, last one in, first one out. So there I was faced with being unemployed with nothing, basically. In that first calendar year, I lost my mother, my job, and a divorce, all in 1 year. So it was tough. So I had to think fast. I took a step back and realized, if I could do anything, what would it be? I've always loved the hospitality industry, and I think the impact that you can get from feeding somebody in your heart, of watching them enjoy something that you nourish them with, is the most rewarding thing for me. So I moved down here from Kentucky and opened up that little tiny spot that used to be on Church Street Extension. We made it work somehow. I don't know, the stars aligned. I learn every day something different from somebody.
Why did you pick Marietta?
I had a friend that lived down here, and he said, come on down. And I said, okay. 10 years later, I'm married. So.
There you go. So it all kind of worked out here in Marietta. So you say you don't know anything, but you've had Alton Brown here. You've had all this publicity. What do you attribute that to?
I don't want to use desperation, but when you're faced with no income and you've got 3 children to take care of, you'd be surprised how devoted you can become to saying, I'm going to make this work. And I'm going to set myself and make it something different that the community needs. Because it's really not about the food. People come here and they like the food, but there's something else that I got going on here with just the community and the service, and it's really become my ministry.
You didn't have any way back. You had to keep going forward. Did you know you had that much passion underneath? Because you've been a corporate person. You were nested in that corporate world.
I love the hospitality industry of United Airlines, of course, and the pride. But when I got out there with another corporation and realized that I was, underappreciated.
I feel that sometimes.
And it wasn't my makeup. I was just doing it to survive. Right. So really it was a blessing when it kind of pushed me out, because it forced me to get out and do something totally different.
Did you have a turning point or a specific moment where you're like, this is it, man, this is going to work and this is going to happen? And
I sure did. I was mopping the floor at the old place, and one of my neighbors that owned a machine shop down the street, Ronnie, he works at the railroad at night and a machine shop during the day. He was there eating some white bean soup and cornbread on a Tuesday. I'll never forget it. And the phone rang, and I had an old-fashioned answering machine. And I just let it roll because it was like 2:30. We were closed. So I'm listening, and it goes beep, leave a message. And this woman's voice comes on and says, hi, this is such and such from the Food Network, and we would like to talk to you about doing a special.
At this point, your heart, like...
I thought I was being punked. thought somebody was playing a joke on me. And I look at my friend Ronnie, my neighbor, business neighbor, and I said, hey, this is going to be fun. So I go over there and I call her back. And I'm standing there with the phone and I'm going, She tells me this whole story that Alton came in and he was really wanted to know more about the business, and he loved the burger and he wanted to feature me on the best thing that he ever ate. And I'm a huge Alton fan. This was before I even moved to Marietta. I went in the bathroom to hear a little bit better, and I came out and I'm looking at my friend Ronnie, and he turns around in the seat, and I said, it's real. I gave her my email address, and she says, I'm going to send you the disclosure. Take a look at it. And I held my phone until I got that message, and I scrolled to the end of it, and it said Anaheim, California. And I went, it's real. And he's crying, I'm crying, and it was just that turning point that I was like, I can do this. If I can just get a little bit of pat on the back and say, that a girl, you got this. And he is an amazing person. I'm sure you all know that. He believed in me. You got to keep that bar high, because we've all been in places that Food Network may have endorsed, and you go and eat at it and you're like, what the heck happened? I won't let him down. It's like I have to continue to do better, because he went out on a limb and believed in me. It changed my world.
Wow. It's time to check in with my friends at Johnny Walker Realty. Let's hear from Johnny Walker himself. Kind of made it through that small business process into a, mid-size growing real estate empire.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're not trying to take over the world. We just want to be able to do a little business in Marietta and Cobb County and the surrounding areas, and we have great agents that work with us, and if it wasn't for them, none of this would have been possible.
Let's hear from one of their agents, Patty Kendrick. Made you decide to come over to Johnny Walker Realty?
It was just a good fit. A lot of these people worked with me in the past. We're all old Marietta folks and support each other, and that's about it.
What do you love about Marietta?
Oh, I've lived in Marietta my whole life.
So you don't know anything?
I don't know anything else.
Well,
I guess all the love and support that everyone gives each other.
if you're going to buy or sell a house, check out Johnny Walker Realty. That's JohnnyWalkerRealty.com. They're at 600 Kennesaw Avenue, Suite 200. Give them a call, 678-626-0403. When John Sylvie reached out to me to be a sponsor of Marietta Stories podcast, I jumped at the chance. I love the guy. He's a humanitarian. He's a small business owner. He's a franchise owner, and he cares so much about Marietta. I got him on the show last year. I was not disappointed. He works hard every day. He only sleeps like 3 to 4 hours a day. Why? Because he's got a lot to do to make Marietta better. And he does a lot right at the Zaxby's, 591 South Marietta Parkway. Go check it out and tell him Bill Nowicki sent you. Yeah, I'm sure Paul has a question. Go ahead, Paul.
I do have a question. I was reading recently that you, or the lease that you had on the other place, they gave you short notice and you had to get out pretty quick, and you had like to see a day or two. Was it a week?
It was pretty short. I couldn't get a definite answer whether they were going to renew it or not, but in the back of my mind that kind of told me that they weren't. So I was continuing to look for a space around the area because I didn't want to get too far away from my customer base. But with all of the development here in Marietta, we all know the prices of leases, especially in commercial, are just astronomical. And I don't do dinner. I do not serve alcohol on my menu. So my price is very low considered for most of those, like over at Wellstar, some of those places that went in. I can't compete with the Panera chains and things like that. So, yes, it was quick. It was very quick.
So, how has the COVID affected the business since last March, I guess?
Still, we are every day. It's a struggle. I mean, as far as overall sales, we're still down average of 30%. It's getting better as more people, I believe, are getting vaccinated and they're feeling more comfortable of coming out. But it's going to take a while. I don't think it's going to happen overnight. We're just trying to really stay focused, keep our head in the game, do what we're supposed to do, follow the mandate, make sure everybody feels safe. continuously we're wiping everything down. I always wondered what it was like to work at a car wash. Now I know. We're pushing through. We're determined. We're gonna get through it.
And I know you have regulars that come in every morning and they hang out. Any cool people that we come to Red Eye Mule in the morning or at lunch? Is there any really cool people?
My little group at the grumpy old men table there. Yeah, they pretty much adopted me. I'm like their other child, they call. Yeah, that group is amazing. There's everything from bankers to builders. You should go sit at that table, Bill.
Okay.
They come in the morning, and if they're not here, we're on the phone.
Oh, really?
Because there's a couple of them that are single widows, and if they're not here and they're supposed to be, we're looking for them. That's how close we all are to them.
Great. We're getting ready to try your food. We're excited about it. Now, looking back on that journey you just described, what would you say to people that go to a restaurant and might not have the best experience? Now that you're in it, what would you tell people to consider to maybe be a little bit more considerate of the kind of things that are pulling and pushing you every day?
It is a struggle, and there's so many things behind the scenes, and you might be short-staffed. Some people are out, and you're running on a skeleton crew, and some days maybe the fries aren't just as crispy as they normally should be, but you need to take a step back and say, you know what, they're trying. Just show compassion. And I think that's with everything right now. We can't hug yet, but we can't wait till we can.
That's great. Last question. Paul, do you have anything?
Just a comment. I have had your burger once or twice, but I come in usually in the morning, maybe once every 2 weeks, and generally it's the burrito, the breakfast burrito that you have. If it's not that, it's your scrambled egg plate with, I always use jalapenos, lots of jalapenos, and bacon, and the grits are unbelievable. I mean, the grits are really, really good. Better than the Waffle House.
And that you could eat them on a stick and they still be good.
You could eat them on a stick. And then the other thing that I've tried is the grilled chicken biscuit. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All right, I'm getting hungry.
All right, come on, Bill. I'll get you some lunch.
All right, sounds good. That's what Alton Brown chose. I know. I saw the Food Network sign next to it. All right, you want to hold the mic? Sloppy Slaw. Jake Slaw. Oh my God. Packed with flavor. Sloppy.
It is sloppy.
That is delicious. Very good. All right, Paul.
So I have the Sassy Senorita burger with onion rings. Grilled jalapeno, applewood bacon, grilled jalapenos, lots of slaw on Texas toast.
Texas toast. Yes. And our secret sauce, the Sloppy Jimmy, that we make here in house.
Two hands, Paul.
Okay, here we go.
Go in.
Goes hard.
That was fantastic.
Fantastic, says Paul. And here's Heidi's. Heidi Cope-Roy joined us.
Okay. Fabulous that we're doing this, except on Friday during Lent. Problematic for the Catholic here. So I'm doing the grilled cheese.
A lot of cheese. You love cheese. She's a cheese connoisseur.
I am.
3 different types of cheese on
Oh, perfectly done.
It does look gooey and oozy.
Bread to cheese ratio is fabulous.
Thank you. Cheddar, provolone, and Colby.
Oh, delicious. Well done. Perfectly grilled. Perfectly grilled.
Let me get you eating
That crew
it.
does a great job.
Fabulous. And sweet potato fries, which are wow. Like, I would do a little side of blue cheese.
I have that, and I'd be happy to get it for you.
Do
I'll be
you?
right back.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Anybody else anything want in?
Nope. All
be
set.
right
This is great. Man, this is something, isn't it, Paul? Yeah, we're sitting outside, socially distant from others, but you can hear the traffic. And where are we located? We're on Mengit Road. Is that I said it right?
Probably Menge and the South Loop.
Mengit and the South Loop. It's a beautiful day.
Just down from the center. What do you call it? The
Cobb
Civic Center. That's
Cobb
it.
Civic Center. Oh, geez.
We haven't learned
Breeze. Uh-oh. Paul's getting upset. Paul's all about being learning.
Not littering.
Not littering. Oh, God. Do you have a comment on littering?
Probably. I just can't think of it.
Well, why do people in trucks put their trash in the back and then it flies out? You do that?
No, I don't put trash in the back of my truck and drive down the road. People actually do that?
I've seen it. Not lately, but I've seen it. Man, this has got a little bite to it. It's nice, though.
Okay, my grilled cheese sandwich is to die for.
Great.
Really, very good.
You're really making out on this season 5.
Am I eating the sandwich that you ordered?
I don't know. We're going to split the second half so it doesn't make it. No, I ordered this, I thought. Sloppy.
Am I eating the sandwich that he ordered?
I don't think so.
Yeah, jalapeno.
Oh, yeah, I do have jalapenos.
You eat half.
All right. I see the half I'm eating. You don't have to point, Paul. He's like pointing. Eat this half. I'm like half eating it.
How long have you been doing this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
2010. So 11 years.
11 years.
That's fabulous.
80% of all restaurants don't make it.
Past the first year, I think. I mean,
it's bad.
The statistics are bad.
What was the challenge of the place that you were in before? What were some of the challenges of being at such a small location?
Storage, not enough refrigeration space. Because it wasn't a restaurant. It wasn't designed to be a restaurant. And it was just a cinder block building, 600 square feet. And that included my kitchen. It was tiny. So we had to shop almost every day because we would deplete our entire inventory.
Jeez.
How many hour days did you put in the beginning?
Oh my goodness. We opened at 6 at that time. With COVID, we've kind of pushed our hour to 7.
Right.
Because we noticed that from 6 to 7, we were only getting a few customers because of the change in everyone's work schedules.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there would be days that we would go in there at 4 a.m., 3:30, and then we'll close at 2, clean up the kitchen, then go shop for the next day. So by the time I got home, it was probably 7 o'clock at night. And then restock because you couldn't leave during the day because I didn't have large enough staff.
And not knowing all the logistical things restaurant owners go through, like who to buy from, you must have made a lot of mistakes.
You know, I was very fortunate to I partnered with Cisco and Tip Top, our local poultry producer here, and Burgers Market on Canton Road, and Coca-Cola. And I'll tell you, I have been very fortunate. They treated me, got a pepper. That was a hot one.
It was. I'm going to leave that in. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You're making good partners up front.
Don't order that hamburger.
No, it's delicious. Just went down the wrong pipe. Having the right partners.
Having the right partners, definitely. So I just did some research. You know, I went and talked to my friends that were chefs here in Marietta. They gave me a huge, hindsight and mentor and, hooked me up with machine tech people that would come in and service my equipment. Because you don't know. Right. I'm from Kentucky. I don't know who the best plumber in town and the most honest is. So you ask the restaurant owner.
I think that's unique because I'm not sure some entrepreneurs, they just think, I know it all, I'm going for it. Oh. You really took the time to set those partnerships up and learn from people who have been in the industry. I mean, I think that's really got to be part of why you are successful.
With me, just the passion and the determination to survive and to make a living for my family and for the community. But I'm not scared to say I don't know how to do something.
A lot of guys have that problem. Not me.
Not you, Bill. No, you don't have that problem, actually.
You must be really good to your employees.
You have a comment?
You must be really good to your employees because they've pretty much been the same people for the last couple of years since I started coming here a couple of years ago.
Yeah. We've had a couple that have moved on to bigger and better things, but for the most part, it's the original crew that has stayed with us through it, and that does make things a lot easier especially when you make so many different recipes from scratch, because they're dialed in on the way that it's supposed to be prepared with my specifications, not what they were taught at another restaurant. And sometimes you come into that conflict when you get help in because they want to change it a little bit because that's the way they did it at another place. And you're like, well, that's great, but this is the way that we do it here.
Yeah, you got to be consistent too, because people, your customers will know.
They'll be like, oh, who's on the grill?
Yeah, we don't want that.
So
Right.
you're known around here for the burgers. Who came up with that idea?
Just I wanted to do breakfast and lunch, and I just wanted to have a simple menu and something that was different than anything that was around Marietta. And at the time, there wasn't just a biscuit and burger place. I was the only one.
How do you like yours?
I haven't tried it yet.
Wait, what you trying which one now, Bill?
I don't remember. I'm so bad with
Sally
names.
He's
Sassy.
trying the one that he originally ordered.
Now we've swapped. Paul and I have swapped. We're getting the same immune system dialed in, I think, Paul. We've been swapping amongst these restaurants.
Yeah, careful now.
Sabra was finishing a sentence, wasn't she?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, were you? Okay.
No, but I thought it was interesting.
Paul was out.
I just thought it was interesting how you got into burgers, and they're saying that burgers are so unique.
But not many people have it on the Texas toast. So I had to do something different.
Yeah, great.
And so far, it's gone over really well. Who doesn't like butter grilled Texas toast, right?
Nobody I know. Bread, butter, and grill.
Thanks again, Sabra. What's your address? We were just telling them where it's located. What's your actual address?
430 South Marietta Parkway.
And you guys open at 7 a.m. now?
Till 2.
Till 2 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday, close on Sunday.
9 to 2.
Oh, Sunday's 9 to 2. Wow, great. We can come here,
And what's
get breakfast.
what's the name of the street here?
South Marietta Parkway.
This one, the cross street.
Man J or Man J?
Manjay.
Is it Manjay?
Manjay.
I didn't know we had that.
That's what Paul said.
You did say. I stand corrected as, yep, I messed up. Is that what you want me to say? I sure did. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the great.
It's been a pleasure to have you guys here with us today.
All right, thanks.
This is Bill Nowicki saying thanks for listening to Marietta Stories podcast. Please give a rate and review of the show. Be honest on Apple Podcasts. Tell a couple friends and make sure and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Thanks for listening.